lovely Abbie Dagrin, and welcome back to my channel, lovelies. Today I'll be continuing a series on my channel that deals with natal chart analysis, and today I'll be doing one on Pedro Pascal, and I'll be speaking on his personality traits, his characteristic traits. I'll be speaking on how a lot of his placements have led to a lot of his success. So please stay tuned for the rest of my video, lovelies. If you have not yet become part of the Abbie Dagrin family, then this is your calling to do so. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you know when I upload videos on the daily. Please also make sure you hit that like button because I know you guys will love this video. And last but not least, please make sure you share this video with everyone you know, whether it's your friends, your family members, your enemies, anyone who's a fan of Pedro or really loves his content. Now let's get right into the video. So Pedro Pascal was born on April 2nd, 1975, so this qualifies him to be an Aries, and with this placement he's someone who's very direct, and he has a very fiery nature that makes him one step ahead of the crowd. He's someone who is going to be a natural born leader. Makes sense because it is a cardinal sign as well as a fire sign, so they will always take the lead and know how to take the lead. They're great leaders. He's also someone who's very charismatic, and you can see that in a lot of his movies. He has a very charismatic persona. He's someone who's very straightforward and just loves to be honest. He's also very bold in the way that he speaks and acts as well. He may be impulsive sometimes and restless, but that's something that comes with being a fire sign because they just love to have fun and they just love to do different things. So this really does describe him. Next up would be his moon in Capricorn. So this is another cardinal energy in his chart. Even though having a moon in Capricorn is not the best placement to have, but there are different ways for you to really navigate with this moon placement. So he tends to be someone who is very nurturing, and he loves to be very productive, and that's what he nurtures is his dreams, his goals, his productivity, and that's something that he loves to do. He loves to set goals for himself that are realistic, and he's someone who loves to just have fun and do different things in life. He's someone who's also well-rounded. He's someone who's very rational and is practical. He's always gonna know what's best for him. He's someone who's very reserved as well. He's very committed. He's very realistic in regards to everything. He's capable and resilient, very practical, ambitious, and he's just someone who is very much fun. Up next would be his Mercury in Pisces. So this is an interesting placement as well because it is a little difficult. It is in detriment and in fall, so it's a little difficult placement, but he is able to navigate with this placement, and I think a lot of people like him because of the way he speaks and his voice, and that's something that people with Mercury and Pisces always have on their side. People love the way they speak. They sound so dreamy and just so fun, and that's something that I feel like Pedro really has. He's someone who's very soulful. He's very compassionate and intuitive in regards to what he should do and what he should not do. He's also someone who's very dreamy in regards to his life. He's someone who would rather focus on the mood of a situation than the actual facts that are happening in front of him. He's also someone that just loves to connect to people on a different level. So this describes his Mercury in Pisces. Up next would be his Venus in Taurus. So this is a great placement to have. Venus in Taurus is very amazing. They tend to be the types of people who play for keeps if they're in a relationship or are going to be in a relationship with someone. They want to always have them for the long run. They're looking for what's going to happen in the future with this person. So even though they could really appear as reserved, but they are the types of people who take it slow and steady, so they do take a lot of time in regards to commitment. However, when they are committed, they are 100% there because they are an earth sign and a fixed sign. They love stability in a relationship and they want someone to give them that as well. Consistency is something that they love. Having a steadiness, having traditions in their relationship is something that they really want. They can be very nurturing, very predictable, very much loyal, resourceful, and artistic, and they want that in return as well. Next up would be his Mars in Aquarius. So there's someone with this placement, they tend to be very quirky and they tend to be very different. And Aquarius energy is like that. They just are very cool people. They stand out. They are going to show their energy in a way that is idealistic and intellectual. And that's what gives them their drive and their passion, is being able to see things on an idealistic level and an intellectual level. That just gives them so much as to what they need to really accomplish what they need. They're also the types of people who is going to make sure they accomplish everything they need. They're very intuitive in regards to they want, and they're very much innovative as well. Sometimes they can be inconsistent and it can be very difficult for them. However, when they are having their passions in front of them and they believe in them, they're going to make sure that they're consistent throughout the whole situation. Next up, lovelies, would be his Jupiter in Aries. And with this placement, he tends to be someone who has the energy for travel and meeting challenges head on. Having a lot of travel love is something that's very great for him because he is an actor. So being able to move from one place to the other, having that energy to do it is very important. And being able to meet challenges head on is very important and beneficial for him as well, because he's able to just be honest and able to do what he wants in life, because he just knows that he can just meet things head on without being fearful. He's someone who loves to engage in new opportunities, and that's something that gives him a lot of happiness. He is going to grow and develop by being uncompromising in what he wants. He is going to have a great need to be himself and explore anything that he wants to. So this is where he gets a lot of his luck from. Up next would be his Saturn in Cancer, and this is a pretty difficult placement because Capricorn, Aquarius, and Libra are great placements, and Cancer is the opposite of Capricorn, so this isn't the best placement. However, they are going to be the types of people who hold back their tendencies to avoid showing any type of weakness. And Saturn is a very difficult placement, and being able to grow is something that is going to really benefit you in this placement. So if you're afraid of showing any type of weakness, if you're afraid of showing things in life, then in a way it won't really benefit you. So being able to show your weaknesses and being able to not hold back how they feel is something that's very beneficial, because speaking out on your emotions and how you feel in your difficulties is important so you can get the help that you need. Up next would be his Uranus in Scorpio. And with this placement, he tends to be very much of a rebel. And he just loves to do things on his own terms. He loves to do things differently than what other people say, or probably going against the rules. He's always going against the grain to come up with new and insightful ideas. This is very great because a lot of people will be able to figure out different ways of doing things because they're going against the grain and doing things differently. He's someone who demands to confront life at its deepest and most meaningful levels. He may be very compulsive and very obsessive in his approach to everything. So he will avoid anything that is casual or anything that is superficial, especially when it comes to relationships. He's also a person who seeks out and explores new methods of healing, as well as different ways to deal with deep-seated emotional issues. So this describes him in his Uranus placement. Next up would be his Neptune in Sagittarius. So with this placement, he is someone who is about philosophy, visionary, and he's someone who loves to pursue information. He's always about learning new things and also about wanting to know about different parts of life and different things. So they're all about exciting and uplifting experiences and learning new things. That's something that really drives them and gives them that type of drive that they need in life. They always love to do things that are very much different. So they may love to travel, go to different countries, because they'll be able to learn different languages, different cultures, different types of foods and things that are different from what they are. So they're very much open-minded type of people, and they just love to create ideas based off of their experiences and based off of their adventures as well. Up next would be his Pluto in Libra, and he's able to gain this placement because he was born between 1972 and 1984. And he's a part of Generation Y. He's all about harmony, symmetry, agreement, and pleasantness. They want to make sure that everyone just gets along very well. He's someone who is always about finding a common ground and cooperation, being able to look at both sides of a situation and know that they would want to do better and try their best to accomplish that. But at times it can be hard, because sometimes peace never lasts, because it never benefits the people who sometimes create the issues, and they can have indecisiveness. But they're about transform relationships and global politics, and they know what is going on behind everything that's going on in society, and they know the hidden problems. Now, that's their role in their Pluto section. Next up would be his North Node in Sagittarius, and in order for him to uncover his hidden gifts and talents, he will need to develop these attributes. So first things first would be reliance on intuition, prophetic abilities, and invisible guidance, speaking from a higher conscientiousness, being spontaneous, meaning developing a sense of freedom and adventure, having direct communication free from any censorship, trusting oneself, spending time alone and in nature, having a lot of patience, intuitive listening, hearing the meaning behind words, free his mind and explore the horizons, learning the way of the Spirit, and being able to teach and inspire others to live a life of splendidness, giving up superficial connections in exchange for divine connections, and focusing on his energies in intellectual and spiritual pursuits. Last but not least would be his Chiron in Aries, and this is actually one of the hardest Chirons to have, because it usually deals with yourself. The other Chirons deal with things that are outside, and you can kind of very much hide away from those Chirons. But this Chiron in Aries, it's you. See, you're with yourself 24/7, so it's hard for you to really deal with this one. So they tend to not believe in themselves. They love to compare themselves to others, and sometimes they can be self-engrossed. It's very hard, because not really having a lot of love for yourself is something that's very difficult. So some of the ways that he can really accomplish loving himself is moving forward with loving himself, accepting that everyone is different and he is everyone, so he's different and it's okay to be different, and acknowledging their strengths and weaknesses. So knowing that he's going to have strengths and he's going to have weaknesses, and it's okay to have that. So this will really benefit him. Thank you guys so much for watching my natal chart analysis video on Pedro Pascal. Please let me know down below, did you learn more about him? Did you get a better understanding as to who he is as a person? Please also let me know down below who else you guys would want me to do a natal chart analysis on. Last but not least, please make sure you hit that subscribe button, that like button, that share button, and that notification bell. And last but not least, please make sure you're following me on all of my social media accounts, from my Pinterest down to my TikTok. Please also make sure you're supporting my Etsy store, my PayPal, and my podcast down below, and everything's linked down below. I love you all. Please stay safe and healthy, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, lovelies.